The other thing about Google, and the real dirty little secret is, do you have any idea what the ratio of index searches, which is say Google searches on this versus on this? People do 1% as many index searches on a smartphone as they do on a PC. So when I say Google's done, I'm not predicting something. I'm telling you it's already done. Half of all internet-connected devices look like this, and their product is not important on this. It's not in the top 100 index search behaviors that people do on this. So again, this is not a prediction. I'm stating this as a fact, and the question is, what do you do about it? See, Google's not going away. They own YouTube. They own Gmail. They have a lot of other products that I believe will be very successful. But I don't believe any of those products offers them the kind of choke point, the ability to put a tariff on every transaction that index search did. It's my view that index search essentially allowed Google to commoditize all forms of content and then grab 80 to 90% of the economics on the web related to that content. And I believe that that will continue for things that still are in the search domain. But because search is falling, I believe that we're being liberated. And I think this is an incredibly important moment. And the thing to understand is that Google's problem didn't happen in isolation. It happened because a little company in Cupertino showed up with a different strategy and a different product. Think about what when Google started in 1998, the World Wide Web was an open source environment, which is to say it was inhabited by an extreme, open source is a computer philosophy, right? Where it's all about the long tail, right? It's all about free. It's about commoditization. It's about the notion that I should be entitled to whatever's out there without paying for it. Apple came along with a different idea. They said, you know, this web thing, it's dangerous, it's complicated, it's weird. We're going to create something called the app model. And we're going to use the internet, but we're not going to use the web. Well, the interesting thing about this is in the last 3 years, if you add up the dollars spent to get access to the web, the vast majority has gone to Apple. Because people are spending their money on hardware now instead of on software. And if you want to think back to Ken Burns' Civil War, okay, the analogy here is Apple is Sherman, Google and the open source World Wide Web are Joe Johnston trying to defend Georgia. They've been pushed literally right into the sea, okay? And you can see this everywhere. And one of the results is that the people in the open source community are looking at Google and said, you know something, we're not going down with you. What's really interesting is that Google, which was the unifying leader of open source, has lost its followers. And this is a profound thing.